Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we look at the latest comics and other media featuring the Transformers. In this episode, the tide begins to turn against the Quintessons as we review Void Rivals number 27. Today is Friday, February 27th, 2026, and this is episode 483 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that never knew you could just place food on your forehead instead of eating it and get superpowers. My name's Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team of Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Scott, the illustrious Dr. Pants.
Hello, everyone. Let's talk Transformers.
Nice to have you all here with us on this fine Friday. Let's start talking about our Donatreons, as we always do. First off, on the show, we love our Donatreons, and they love us. And we have many a tier for our Donatreons. If you want to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support, and you can jump on our bandwagon and help us out. You don't have to, but we appreciate it. Any help we can get, we appreciate it very much. For becoming a Donatreon, you will be you will gain access to some of our shows that we have. We have an extensive back catalog of stuff that is only available to our Donatreons, including our declassified stuff that we recorded a long time ago. We did a series, you might remember it, called We Like Big Bots. It was fairly successful. Very, very high reviews. And it's long gone. It's never coming back. But yeah, you can get that as well. And then there's a little show that just keeps on trucking along called Empire of Rust. And that is available to early for our Donatreons, but you don't have to be a Donatreon to get it. It is available free. The edited versions are what we put out for free, but if you want to hear what it's like to be in the room when the recording happens, then that is what the Donatreons get. All right. The newest episode of Empire of Rust will be up on March the 2nd, and I guess that episode is 156. Number 156 is called searchtrio.exe. So there you go. Or I guess that's the uncut version. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what they do. That's the title though. Uncut.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a Toy Hacks February code. There is no time left to use this. You have a day and a half maybe to use this code. Yeah, it is Stickermas Prime, so you can use this code for another day. We're going to have another code next month, though, so if you absolutely have to get this order in by the end of February, use Stickermas Prime, and you can save yourself 10%. Sorry, 15%. 15% is a lot, so save 15% on toyhacks.com with the code Stickermas Prime, or wait a few days and we will have another code for March. All right. That's going to do it. We're going to jump right into our next topic, which is going to be in comics news. All right. So this was pretty big news this week, and it is that Skybound is going to be putting out a Mask comic book. This, if you've been reading the comics or following along with our reviews that we've been doing, this has been hinted at for almost a year. They introduced Matt Tracker in the Free Comic Book Day book last year, and then they've been hinting at, I guess they had Miles Mayhem appear in the G.I. Joe book at some point. Was it the Transformers one?
Yeah.
Okay. and yeah, so now they've officially said, yeah, we got Mask coming. So Mask is on the way. It will be officially released. What's the day here? I had
June
it
3rd.
pegged.
Or,
Is that when it's coming out?
Yeah, June 3rd. Although it's also going to have something in the Free Comic Book Day book this year.
Oh, of course. I can't imagine why it wouldn't. So yeah, the Free Comic Book Day book's going to have something in it. You can look for the actual first issue. There is going to be a bunch of covers. And Jeremy and I were talking about it before the show started. This comic is going to be a blind bag, and that always is fun. So yeah, if you're interested in that kind of thing, I'm just trying to pull up the new information on this book. 1 second here, just finding it. Yes, there it is. So currently, yeah, I have June 3rd as the release date, and currently looking at currently 10 variant covers and 5 incentive covers. But there is a 1 in 500, there's a 1 in 250, there's a 1 in 100, a 1 in 50, and then a 1 in 25. And then, like I said, there's a bunch of variant covers. There is a J. Scott Campbell. There's a cool connecting variant by Tom Riley. Yeah, there's a lot of cool covers out there. So if you're looking at getting this book, it's this is going to be another one that I'm sure we're going to review on this show.
How about you go into what the blind bag stuff actually is? Because I wasn't really aware of it until I heard about it here.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was until you just mentioned it. So I don't know what it is. I had never heard of it.
Okay, so what a blind bag is essentially, you can buy this book, like the image, the cover image that you're looking at on the screen. You can buy that in the store. It'll be just like it is, or you can opt to buy a blind bag, which could be this cover again, or it could be any of the variant covers, or you get a chance at the higher ratio variants. So, yeah, Jeremy, I don't know, if you want to bring this up, I'll link it in your Discord here, and this is the League of Comic Geeks site
on here right now. Put it in the show doc.
Okay, will do. And League of Comic Geeks site has a bunch of the different. Let's see here. Stuff. So. There's that. So there. I threw it in the private chat. So on the this is an image. Jeremy's just pulling it up from the site League of Comic Geeks. If you're not familiar with this site, this is a great site to use if you're a comic book collector. It's free to use, and it helps you organize your collection. So Jeremy's got the first cover up on the screen. This is then that's the J. Scott Campbell cover. So there's a bunch of different covers. I don't know the one he's looking at right now. Each one of them on the site is actually says who they're from. So that's the one with the lady on it is Cedric Poulat. Then there's a Mark Spears variant. Mark Spears is very hot right now. And then there's the Tom Riley connecting variant. So if you're looking at that one right now, you can see that it's got Transformers in it. There's some, I think, is there G.I. Joe in there too? No, it's just Transformers.
I think they
and
might
Mask.
be on the other side.
Okay. And then there's a sketch variant of that. So it's just black and white. Then there's 4 covers that don't have anything. There's a blank. There's going to be 2 blanks actually. There's a Mask blank, and then there's a Venom blank. I'm assuming it's going to have the logos on it. There's a
the 1 in 50 is EJ Sue with the blueprints.
Yeah, there's a Simon Parr foil variant, which is the main cover in foil, and then there's a J. Scott Campbell foil variant, which is the cover B in foil. So that's, and then there's a
The
blind
John Boy
bag
Myers
variant.
foil.
Yeah. So there's quite a few. These are the you're looking at right now is the 1 in 500 Daniel Warren Johnson. So this will be the highest variant ratio variant that you'll be able to get. This would be the big money one. So how that works for people who are uninitiated is a store generally would have to buy 500 copies of the cover A to get given one of these or to be able to buy one of these. And that's how the ratio variants work. And generally, the price for the cover or for the book generally sits around the ratio variant or the ratio number. So you'd think that this cover should be worth $500. It very rarely sits at that unless the book, it takes off. But you usually get some that are around 1 in 25s or 1 in 50s or something like that, and they can bounce around there. So I mean, those are the higher value ratio variants. And there's some very cool ones there. The 1 in 50 EJ Sue is a nice one as well. So yeah, there's some very cool ones to look at there. And if you're interested in any of that stuff, if you collect comics, there's some very cool comics to get as far as blind bags go. I've definitely seen people walk into stores with blind bags when they're happening. DC and Image and Marvel have done one in the past 12 months to great success. And the customers will walk in and they'll walk out with 10 to 15 blind bags because they're taking a shot at one of those big ratio ones. So they've become the new gambling for comic book people. So yeah. Anyway, but like I said at the very start, you can just pick up the cover A if you want, and you'll get it. So, anywho, that's happening. And,
I wanted to mention the creators. Dan Waters,
go ahead.
Wrote Batman Dark Patterns. I haven't read that. I think it's a pretty highly critically acclaimed book. The art's drawn by Pi Par, which wasn't familiar with, but he's done a bunch of covers in Energon Universe books. And then I looked up his Instagram. He did a poster for the Battersea Transformers store, and also has worked on the comic for them. So the poster has that Battersea Titan figure. So he's had a lot of experience with robots. He has a cute dog. He's got a Megatron cover of Transformers. I think it's issue 31. So
that's coming out soon.
Yeah. So looks from that and the pages in the story. I mean, I think the art's going to be pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Right on. Well, that's all the comic news we have this week. Let's move on to our review.
All right, we are reviewing Void Rivals number 27, written by Robert Kirkman, art by Andre Bresson, colors by Patricio Del Pesce, letters by Russ Wooten, editor is Ben Abernathy. The story begins as the battle is raging around them. Solia and reaches her hand out to Derek and tells them that they must hurry. Then the ring engulfs the two, and Solia takes Derek through the ring to place unknown at this point. On one of the Quintessons ships, Judge Macman reports to the other Quintesson judges on how the battle is going. Watching from a hiding spot is Pythona, and she sees the judge report that the battle is going well. The Sharkticons are laying waste to the defenses that they've encountered so far, and they don't think they're going to need their bailiffs and executioners at all, unless the defenders receive outside help from an unknown ally. Pythona has seen enough, and she's determined to get away from all this technology. She runs right into a Quintesson prosecutor arriving to report about an energy disturbance that has a familiar energy signature. Pythona uses her sharp claws and slices through the tentacles on this Quintesson and then makes her escape. The judge, seeing this, realizes that they might actually be at risk of underestimating their situation. In the Agorian throne room, Derek and Solia arrive through the floor. Doolin is happy to see his son and Solia alive. Derek notes that it's rare that his father is happy to see him at all. And then Dulick tells the two how badly the war is going. There's not many victories, and many platoons are not even reporting back. Derek has an idea, to the surprise of both Doolin and Solia. Later, we move to a battle where Sharkticons are chasing Agorian citizens when a platoon of Energon-enhanced soldiers arrive and begin to beat the Sharkticons to force a retreat. After hearing the news of the victory, Doolin tries to get a message to Zaliak. The connection is bad, and he doesn't know if it got through. And Solia tells him that she can deliver the message in person thanks to her powers. In Zertonia, Zaliak and Proximus are fighting off hordes of Sharkticons by themselves. They aren't making much progress because more arrive to replace the ones that they've defeated. They both believe that this is their final battle when an Energon-enhanced Solia bursts through the nearby Quintesson ship, destroying it. She tells Zaliak about the Energon, how it powers them and how it can heal them, and that this is how they'll win. In another Quintesson ship, a heavily damaged Judge Macman greets his fellow judges. He reports that his ship is destroyed and that they need to send all their troops before it's too late. The Quintessons release their Alicons, bailiffs, and executioners, who quickly meet an Energon-enhanced Proximus. As he destroys the first wave and then watches his fellow Zertonians continue the fight, he's affected by the Energon in another way. As it begins to heal him, he rips off his helmet and he suddenly remembers everything, including his sister, Solia. To be continued. So this issue, I liked a lot of what I read, but it seemed like there were things missing, like when Derek was like, I have an idea. And then suddenly we get to the Energon-enhanced soldiers without any kind of explanation initially of what his idea is. It just seems like it was like a very sudden break. And it just seems like there was a few of those throughout the book that was just a little jarring. And I thought the writing where the Quintesson judge mentioned that they won't need any help unless their defenders receive outside help from an unknown ally. I mean, that was just like a little bit on the nose. That writing. I mean, I would just have left off that whole second part and just let them be arrogant and, we don't need any help at all. So I don't know that. I feel like the writing could have been a little bit rushed in this issue. The art I thought was okay. There was a few panels where I thought the art was really excellent. But on the whole, it was pretty good. I just noticed actually looking at the cover that where the character is a Sharkticon. That was nice. But yeah, I like it. I like using the Energon, like that they can, how it affects the people on the ring. So I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going. So Daryl, what was your thoughts on the book?
Regardless of the fight, it's weird because there's definitely a big fight here, but I didn't find it entertaining. I don't know how to describe it. It was like there was a fight that it
was just
didn't
from
really
scene to scene.
do anything.
You weren't seeing any of the actual details of it.
Yeah, exactly. So there didn't seem to be anything happening in this issue. So The biggest reveal is the one that we kind of suspected all along. Is that this whatever his name is Salila's brother.
Yeah.
And we kind of pegged that thing or like from issue 6 or something.
It was 8.
It was 8.
First
Okay.
piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. This, like, I feel like I should be, this book should be really, up my alley, but I wasn't really into it. The art was okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I want to like this book. I did enjoy the 2 double page spreads back to back, at the beginning of the book. I thought that was really great. I liked the depictions of the prosecutor. I thought that was great. And I loved the fight with that prosecutor and the G.I. Joe chick.
Python.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. I hate these G.I. Joe characters so much I refuse to learn their names. Yeah, I like the fact that the prosecutor was Python sliced off the tentacles or some tentacles. I thought that was cool. But when Derek brought Salila to meet his father and stuff it's just a bunch of chatting and stuff about I'm really happy to see you and blah, blah, blah. And, we got a fight going on and, I don't know. It's just, it was weird. Like, I get your, I get what you're saying, that it was bouncing around a lot. And I agree with that. But Derek's father, like I said, I'm not remembering names on this. Doolin, right? He now has access to Salila, who's basically a superhero, right? Mm-hmm. And he's not going to use her to kind of help. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why he tried to send the message when he knows she can travel throughout the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just,
yeah,
be like, get this message to your people too.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I do like how the injured Quintesson basically came back to his group and just said, look, we've underestimated these guys and send everyone. They could just leave or, I guess they don't know the meaning of the word, but yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like I said at the start, it's weird because there's a bunch of fighting going on. It's a big war, the Quintesson War, and I don't feel like there's a lot of it was really represented here.
I think we mentioned this in the first issue of Quintesson War, where we thought it could have been like 2 issues instead of just one.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this one too. I feel like this was rushed and there's enough here to make it 2 issues where you can get more of the details, like more of the battle scenes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Dr. Pants, what was your thought?
I don't think this should have been split into 2 books, because then I think it comes back to the same problem you guys have had with Void Rivals since the beginning, that it's slow. I'm just going to say that. I do agree, though, that there are some issues with it. My biggest problem was, and I had to read it a couple of times, the shot where Doolin is trying to use the communicator to talk, and then suddenly he turns around and just says, "You are not permitted here." There's no indication Salila announced herself or that he knew she was there. He's just suddenly turning around. That felt really rushed. I felt like that could have been changed. Something.
I think it's like we've seen this room previously. It's like the secret room where he communicates with people in Zertonia.
Right. But it's just like, how did you know she was there? There's no announcement and suddenly he just whips around and
there's no sound or anything.
Right. It's very awkward. It could have been represented better. In terms of everything else, I really don't have a problem with it. And the issue is fine, I think. the artwork is weird at times, and some of it I like, some of it I didn't. I did like that the 2 double page spreads at the beginning. That was awesome. Very, very cool. I liked all the shots when it was on the Quintessons ship and it was Pythona and the judges. I thought all that art was really good, especially then. Is it it's not a bailiff. What is the tentacled Quintesson called? Do they have
that is the prosecutor.
The prosecutor.
I went through the TF wiki to make sure I had that one, like all the names right.
I knew it was some kind of legal term, but the prosecutor, like that shot is really, really cool. And her fighting with that, awesome. Loved it. I mean, I didn't expect much from this because, in all honesty, the majority of the time we get like an event comic, even when it's a crossover. How much really happens in it? A lot of times it's not much, and it's just there to push another story part along while trying to highlight it as a big event. I mean, the Dreadnought War wasn't exactly a war,
right? But I feel like we got a lot more character stuff, and like the battles felt like battles.
This is also only issue 3. We're in the middle of it. I think it's gonna go from here because we also got the big reveal in the end. Then the Proximus now remembers everything, and that could change a lot. That could change the entire tide of this war depending on how he reacts to what he remembers.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, that's probably the big reveal they're going for here. This is the big story beat we're looking for in Void Rivals, because this is not a crossover book right now. I mean, yes, there's G.I. Joe characters, but there have been for a while. The Quintessons have been looming in the background since the beginning. Like, none of this is a crossover book. So I think if they're trying to get a story beat in Void Rivals, this is what we needed. We needed a reason to give all the characters Energon. And that's what triggers Proximus, who has been a big character since the beginning, because Proximus showed up in issue 8, 7, 6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, somewhere around there, I think.
Somewhere around there. So I think that's just all it's trying to do. And I enjoyed the ride. I was talking with Daryl before we started, and I said this was a very quick read. It went by very quick, very, very fast, because it is a lot of splash pages, but it wasn't bad. I mean, I'm still enjoying it. I just... yeah, don't split this book. Otherwise, it would have dragged on. I honestly don't care to see much of the war. I kind of want the story to keep moving, because that's what this book is. This is a story book. This has very much been about the plot and very little about the action from the beginning. They're trying to do something with it. So that's personally how I feel about it.
Yeah. I think where the art really shines is those big panels as well. Like
Absolutely.
The one where like the Alicons are coming out, that one's really good.
Yeah, it is. And this, again, the splash pages, the fights with the prosecutor, all of those, the fight scenes near the end, those last few panels of Proximus, there's some really, really good art there.
Yeah, the last one, I'm getting Cyborg Superman vibes just from the way that his face looks.
Very much so. Very much so. That was really cool. Yeah, he's even got like the like that kind of mid-length Superman hair going on and everything. Yeah. That's
But why didn't the Energon heal him?
Well, I think it's in the process. I think that it started healing his brain. He remembers everything.
Yeah.
All right.
I would imagine that's what their skeletons look like, and it's not like a hybrid, like a cyborg type thing. I think it's just that's what they look like.
And it's going to take time, because when they say it heals us, she probably means the more immediate damage right away it's going to heal. He's been like this for a while. It's like if he's exposed to the Energon long enough, it might regenerate his skin and whatnot on his face and the covering and whatnot. But it is, we also don't know how permanent that damage is, or I would have to go back and look at his introduction and whatnot to really see about that more. But
I don't think we've ever seen more than this. And he's like missing limbs too.
Yeah, because he was in a tank because he was going through some kind of trial to prepare himself.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Wait and see.
All right. Well, that is Void Rivals 27. So let us know what you think. Send us feedback, and we'll be happy to talk more about it.
All right. And with that, we're going to move on with the show. and keep going to media news. All right. Oh boy. In media news this week, we are starting off with a banger. Cyberworld episodes 21 and 22 are available online. I hope you brought popcorn because it is a double shot of Cyberworld here, guys. Dr. Pants, are you caught up?
No, I never am. I have not watched any bit of this. Have you?
Man, I am jealous of you, sir. You have so much to catch up on. It's just you have so much in store. I am so jealous. You get to watch it all in one shot. It's incredible TV. It's just incredible.
I don't think
have such a good time.
22.
Yeah, I'm just fantastic. I wish I could go and wipe my brain of it and rewatch it again from the start.
There's no way you've actually watched this. There's no way. You won't watch Beast Wars, but you'll watch this?
What are you talking about, man? The quality of animation here is like top tier.
Great.
Top tier.
Then I'm officially petitioning that Cybertronian Beast is now officially the number one Cyberworld fan, and I am taking the title of number one Beast Wars fan.
Oh, I can be both.
No, you can't. That's not how this works.
Look at the podcast charter.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Have you ever wanted to buy more books to read that aren't comic books? Then James Roberts can help. There's a is it a Kickstarter? No, it's just an ordering. So yeah, he's compiled a 500-page book detailing the rise and fall of G1 and, more importantly, the evolution of the Transformers fan base, and is now shipping worldwide. You can email him at mtmte.books@gmail.com for ordering and pricing info. Fanzines were very, very big in the UK, and this is something that I feel is going to be very heavily featured in this book. You can see from the pictures that they are a big part of this book. James Roberts, if you are not aware, he was the main writer on the More Than Meets the Eye comic and the Lost Light comic. And before that, he was a fan, and he is from England. So, yeah. So he is a verified expert in the field of zines, and I believe he was part of one for a while. And then he wrote his own prose novel. What was it called? Eugenics?
No, Eugenesis. You're close.
I was close.
Yeah. And this book, the publishing company he set up for this is Imparata Books, which Imparata is what he came up with, like how Shockwave turned from a normal looking bot to having a new head and new hands and stuff. Yeah.
So if you're interested in something like that, give that email throw something at that email and let them know, and you can pick one up. These are pretty big books, like I said, 500 pages. So expect it will be pricey. And that's it for media news.
In the comments, someone asked him about like a digital version and stuff, and he's afraid of piracy, so it's only going to be physical. I don't know if they're going to have a like paperback version, but this is a hardback, pretty beefy book.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. And that's it for media news.
All right, we got in comics news or in convention news this week. Some TFCon LA announcements. First up, we have Michael Bell, who was Bombshell, Brainstorm, First Aid, Prowl, Scrapper, Sideswipe, and Swoop in G1. And he's always a great guest at conventions. He's really fun. He's the one with the Smurf jacket, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's badass. You don't think Smurfs are badass? Check out Michael Bell in his Smurf jacket. It's badass.
Yeah. Next up, we have Neil Ross, who was Bone Crusher, Crosshairs, Point Blank, Six Shot, Slag, and Springer in G1, as well as a number of voices in G.I. Joe and Voltron, and I think Voltron. Wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he was.
Oh yeah, Pidge and Keith and Pidge and Voltron. I was afraid I was getting it mixed up. So he's gonna be there, and then Dan Gilvizan. Wait, sorry, those first two were for TFCon Los Angeles coming up in March, and this is for TFCon Toronto in July. Dan Gilvizan, voice of Bumblebee, Goldbug, Hotspot, Snapdragon, and then Spider-Man and a bunch of other stuff. He's going to be there. He is also a great convention guest. If you ever get a chance to talk to him or listen to his panels and stuff, he's a lot of fun.
Was he there last year at TFCon Toronto, or was it the year before?
He wasn't there last year. And I don't think he was there the year before.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the previous one, the one who was Springer. That's sorry.
Oh yeah.
Neil Ross.
Yep, sorry. Not this one. My bad.
Can't remember. They all three of these guys have been to many TFCons, so can't remember. But anyway, that's our convention news. Sounds like both shows are going to be a lot of fun.
I want to take a moment to kind of remind everybody that these shows, yes, the TFCon Los Angeles show is it's going to be filled with voice actors because that's kind of where they are. But if you have a chance to go to either one of these shows, we are looking at a number of voice actors in this show that are at both of these shows that are really starting to get up there in age. And I don't want anybody to take these guys for granted here. That we see them a lot throughout the three shows that TFCon puts on, and then obviously the BotCon show that's now started going on. We do get a chance to see them multiple times a year, but don't take them for granted here, because unfortunately we are losing a lot of these guys every year. So, thankfully, knock on wood, a lot of these guys are in very good health, but they're cropping up there in age. So I don't want to, miss the chance to say hi and, just chat with them for a little while, because, yeah, we're not getting any younger, fellas.
Yep.
I just turned 40. Tell me about it.
Oh, you're young.
Boy.
Sorry, this was not the place to get sympathy for that, was it?
No. You still don't have any gray in your beard.
No, there is. You just can't see it on the camera, but more and more crops up all the time.
Yeah, when you can see it on the camera, then let us know.
Yeah, I'm now.
I don't think Jeremy has any brown left in his beard.
Around my mouth and down there. I'm like on the tail end of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Right on. Okay. Well, if that's going to do it for convention news, then that is going to do it for this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode. I would like to thank everyone for listening, and I'd like to thank you both for hanging out with me this fine weekend and recording with me. This has been fun and a nice way to end a very crummy Sunday for me that started off very, very sad and depressing. So,
it's hockey is now America's game.
Shut up, Jeremy. God, you're the worst.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Hey, I was just saying how I'm very depressed and you had to make it worse. Anyway, we're going to not talk to Jeremy anymore. Dr. Pants, why don't you let everyone know where they can find you and what you're doing?
Well, you can find me and my friends at nerdstradamus.com. You can find links to everywhere we are there. We're on all the social media, but our main outlet is, of course, YouTube. And if you are listening to this Friday morning, tune in to Nerdstradamus tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for us. We are streaming Pokemon Fire Red. We have been since before Christmas, but we're probably finishing it up here soon. So join us for that Nuzlocke challenge. And also, March is March Madness. There will be robots. Please tune in for that.
Right on. Okay. And as we always do, at the end of every show, we are going to give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatreons. So thank you to John 4X11 Good and Steve C. Thanks, guys. You are a big help to us, and we appreciate you. And that's it for us. Thank you all for listening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.